In this 2023, Annabelle, this pharmaceutical, the giant pharmaceutical GSK, closed down. P&G closed down.
PZ.
PZ were closed down. So many, and the reason why I call PZ twice is because the whole of our household depend on PZ and Unilever. They have closed down. And do you know the excuse they give? The Naira cannot support their business.
But then is that a tenable excuse? Let us begin this conversation taking our quote first from P.T. Vernon, who is the founder, Vernon and Berlick Cyrus. He's also a showman and a businessman. He once said, "Money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant." And I agree with that one. My next one is from Sir Richard Branson, businessman or business magnate, investor, author and philanthropist. I'm sure a lot of people remember Richard Branson, that's who was the CEO of Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Nigeria, at some point that left Nigeria. But anyways, that's just on the side. He once said, "Never take your eyes off the cash flow because it is the lifeless or the lifeblood of business." Okay. My next one, or my last quote, will be from Jack Welch, who is former General Electric CEO and author, and he's also a chemical engineer. He once said, "If I had to run a company on 3 measures, those measures would be customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, and cash flow." Okay, now, business people in Nigeria, even the current CEO of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, speaking about the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is also a businessman in one way or the other. Are business people even thinking of customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, and even cash flow? That's what we're about to find out in this conversation. Very warm greetings and welcome to The Conversation, reaching you from Kaftan's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Annabelle Oji. Tonight, we'll turn our attention to, like I said earlier, we'll be looking at 2023 in retrospect. That's the series that we've started, and today will be focusing on cash, on Forex, that's FX, and so many other things. Since 2023 up until now, how far has Nigeria fared? And my guest on the show tonight is Habib Gajo, who is a Bureau de Change operator. It's great to have you on the show today, sir.
Thank you, Annabelle, for having me.
Great, always a pleasure. Okay, now let's talk about, let's first of all start with cash. Since 2023, all through 2023 rather, if we're looking at cash, either scarcity or supply, how far has it been? Because you remember at this time last year, it was crazy on people when we had the cash redesign, the cash scarcity. You had people queuing up in the bank. You had people who were even so many deaths, injuries recorded at this time, by this time of the day. And it looks as if we are coming back to that line again, because I keep hearing people say the queues in the bank is something else. I keep hearing POS say, okay, they don't have cash, and now they've increased their charges. And I keep hearing commercial banks saying that there is no cash supply. But then the CBN has come out to say that they've run an integrity test on banks, and they all passed. Let's get from you. What is the state of cash flow in Nigeria since January 2023 up until now, December 2023?
Well, quickly, from January last year when General Muhammadu Buhari did his own budget and his plan, and he called his budget of, is it budget of survival? Or there is the name that he gave the budget. We were following it the way the Naira was going down. You understand the scarcity. We have Naira that tears, patch with sellotape and some stapler, some not collectible, some has faded, some are, you understand? So we are managing the market because we have the access of transfer. You understand? So Nigerians reduce the use of Naira before Emefiele he came up with a policy of redesigning the Naira. You know, all this while they were printing, even during COVID, they printed more Naira at that time when we were in lockdown. So many things happened in 2023. From there, the Naira redesign has now collapsed. There is no new Naira. The old Naira is no longer available. If you go to the bank, they will say maximum withdrawal of savings is 10,000. Maximum withdrawal of current is 100,000. I don't know about the corporate. Corporate, you have to use transfer. You can't get cash. You understand? So these are the things. These are the suffer Nigeria has suffered last year, 2022. 2023, we are here on the same pedestal of problems upon problems. Now, let's go back to the policy of the government. For the past 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari and Godwin Emefiele, all their economic policies has somersaulted, including the monetary and physical policies has somersaulted. They have sabotaged the economy, they have sabotaged the Naira, and they have sabotaged themselves because they achieved nothing. They came to power, nothing, and they left nothing. That's what happened to our Naira in 2023. The type of devaluation that happened from the beginning of 2023 to date, it will make another country richer 3 times over.
Oh, wow. Why did you say so?
Now, if you put the margin of devaluation from 400, let's say from 360 to 400 to 600 to 660 to 700 and now to 750. That margin, if you put it in Niger, they are going to be a wealthy country. If you put it in Burkina Faso, Cotonou, their currency will be stronger and their economy will be more stronger. But our own, we devalue. If you invest in Niger, Burkina Faso, and other Chad and so on, they will become a great country. Their economy will become good economy, and they will put up their infrastructure. But here we are, devaluing our currency, killing our economy.
Are you saying that devaluation of the Naira is a bad idea?
A very bad idea. You can't devalue your Naira for more than 100, 200, 100 Naira devaluation. No, that one is not a devaluation. That one is a total crackdown or tearing of your currency.
Okay. So help us understand. Let me rephrase the question especially for our viewers who don't understand what devaluation is, because yes, I've heard a lot of people make different meaning to devaluation. Help us understand devaluation to the layman, not in the big cash policy or in your own language.
In a layman term, devaluation is when the government cannot afford to balance sheet its expenses or import. Majorly is on import. You understand? And your foreign reserve cannot back that balance sheet. So definitely your currency will slide. So when it slide, it will slide like 50 kobo, 1 naira, or 70 kobo, or something like that. In a normal economic microeconomy, you understand? But because our economy is mono economy, is monetized, is everything, so devaluation is reducing or removing the strength of a currency like Nigeria. Now, devaluation is to reduce the power, the strength the naira has.
Okay.
You understand? For example, let me give in this terminology. You understand? Before, $100 is 12,000 naira. You understand? 12,000 naira. If you carry $1,000, you understand? You carry 1.2 million. That 1.2 million, 1,000 naira, anywhere you go in the whole country, you can spend that 1,000 naira comfortably, and you are here in Nigeria comfortably. Okay. You understand? But now, if you need 10,000 naira, $10,000, you need almost 10,500,000 or 200,000.
But then why are we using dollar? Why not naira?
Because our economy has been monetized into naira, into dollar. You understand? Our reliance on dollar, our businesses is on dollar, our import and export is on dollar. You understand? Some countries like China, like even South Africa, they use different currency. In so business, for example, in a military equipment, we use dollar. You understand? Or rubles. In so infrastructure, iron, steel, and so on our railway, we use Chinese yuan. You understand? Like on food importation, we use pounds.
Okay.
You understand? In so we use euro. You understand? But in Nigeria here, everything is well centered on only dollar. That is why our SWIFT code is on dollar. Everything, our DOM accounts are in dollar. Even if you have pounds and euro or any other currency, you are going to pay into your DOM account and it's going to be converted to dollar. You understand? So these are the...
So it means that we have actually dollarized our economy by
ourselves.
Yes,
our economy is dollarized. Anything you will purchase outside Nigeria is with dollar. You understand? Now, the problem that is we are facing now inside Nigeria, some businesses stop collecting naira because they are losing. In this 2023, Annabelle, this pharmaceutical, the giant pharmaceutical GSK, closed down. P&G closed down.
PZ
closed down. So many, and the reason why I call PZ twice is because the whole of our household depend on PZ and Unilever. They have closed down. And do you know the excuse they give? The naira cannot support their business.
But then is
that
a tenable excuse? Because I hear someone also say that her business, I was talking to someone yesterday and she said she's one of, she was the formal maker of this Beirut serviette that we always use, that we put in your car. Or you put, that they were the formal makers, but at some point they had to sell off. They had to sell out because they could no longer sustain. And my first question is, why? And then she said that the FX, the government, is it always the government's problem?
Yes, because it's the government that formulate those policies that are killing businesses. When you are making policies, make good policies that will help your economy, improve your businesses, and make you get profit.
But you cannot say that the government,
You understand?
the government who should already know that they should secure the lives and properties of Nigerians. They should be at the best interest. Nigerians' best interest they should have at heart. They are still the same people that are bringing up policies that will even stifle even the entrepreneurs.
That's what we are saying. Now, for example, let's take electricity first. If you are a manufacturer, 1, you need electricity. 2, you need water. 3, you will employ. 4, you need forex to buy some materials or equipment from outside, or chemicals from outside Nigeria. You understand? 3rd, this is all in manufacturing. We have not crossed the consumption. Transportation, you all need that. And the government in one policy cripple all this one. A removal of subsidy. Kill everything. Finish the economy. Removal of subsidy. We don't have gas. We don't have electricity. We don't have good means of transportation. Or what we have now is the most expensive transportation system. 4th one is the devaluation of the naira to meet up with the inflow of other investors. And now we cannot sustain it in 2023. Businesses are closing down. Annabelle, if I will ask you, where is Mr. Biggs? Where is Tantalizer? Where is we only see Chicken Republic and KFC and so on and so on. And those one are...
But then you still have new ones that are springing up. Does it mean that
business
is not good for you, but it might be good for other people?
They are coming from abroad. You understand? They are not Nigerian owned. That's where the issue is. We have to create our own business, our own market. Alhamdulillah, we have the market. Anything you will sell in Nigeria, you will sell, you will make money. We have the market. But
and even the population.
Where is the businesses?
Because even when you're talking about food, I just remembered one again, Mama Cass.
Mama Cass.
Oh no.
Just imagine. So many. This one is just a small example. And now PZ will go. All their product will disappear. P&G has gone.
Okay, so because we've actually talked about PZ, a lot of people will be saying, which one is PZ? So if for our viewers who don't know some of these companies, PZ are makers of Unilever products. I think Gala. They also make soap,
Omo, all detergent and cream.
Those I think it's
lotions
Joy or soap
and so on.
Exactly.
You understand? They produce so many things that
and then you have
in our
P&G,
households.
That's Procter and Gamble. We all grew up to know Procter and Gamble.
Yes.
That they're makers of Baba Blue, Vicks Lemon Plus, Ariel soap.
Many of them.
So that means by the time they leave, we might not be seeing these products in the market. Is that what it means?
And that JSK.
Yeah, GSK, Ribena, Locozed Boost, and
so on. Even some of our drugs, hypertension, diabetes, Panadol Extra, Panadol, and so on.
So I was talking to someone. Then I said, because of that GSK, if you're actually conversant with antibiotics, you definitely know Augmentin.
Yes.
So when I was growing up, I knew we were always buying Augmentin for about 1,008 or so. And then at some point it got to 3,005. But unfortunately, I'm not glad to inform our viewers, but the truth is Augmentin is now selling for 30,000 naira.
30,000. 13 or 30.
30.
30,000.
Some places are selling 28, some places are selling 30,000. So is it because the companies are leaving So if you manage to see the product, they will now be expensive. Is that the reason why?
No, it's because the company cannot afford the production. It's about the production. The company cannot produce again. There is no raw materials. There is no chemicals and equipment. You know, some of the chemicals is a routine supply. You understand? Machines are also routine maintenance. You understand? Equipment, you have to change because we don't manufacture any equipment here in Nigeria. We import them. So these are the issues. These are the variables that.
But then, since they are leaving, sorry I had to burden, but since they are leaving Nigeria, they're going somewhere else.
Yes. So now we have to buy from another country. That's where our naira will get more pressure to balance it.
Oh.
You see where the problem is. Still, naira will face another pressure in the future.
That's even minus the fact that staffs will be laid off.
Yes.
I saw in the newspaper today, over 5,000 workers will be laid off.
Yes, because the government cannot able to pay again. Our input of crude is also going down. Even the OPEC, our OPEC quota is 1.5 million barrels per day. And we have never met, we have, since, I think since Jonathan left, we have not produced more than 1,500. You understand? It's always less than 1,500, 1.5 million barrel constantly. Before they will say, the government will say Niger Delta militant, oil theft, Avengers. There is Avenger. They keep hiding under all these criminals' umbrella in order to cover their mess. But we all know, Nigerians know that there is a massive oil theft in Nigeria. Go to the coast of Nigeria, from Port Harcourt, Yanagua, Delta, and so on. See big ships that are taking our crude. Where are they taking it to? How much are we earning? How much are we gaining? Nobody will tell you. Nobody will answer you. So we are stuck in this. 2023 is, I don't know how to put it. It started with political crisis and ended with economic crisis.
Oh wow!
Now, another year is coming. We have a new government.
Okay, so we'll talk about another year coming, but let's still stay on 2023. Let's talk about forex. How far with when we talk about the forex, what's it like since 2023 all through? If you have to look back since comparing 2022 and 2023, now that we have a new government, even though it's the same party, but then there's a new man in the block. How far has it been? Because I remember sometime in my life I used to get $1 for 140 naira or so, but now it's over 1,000 naira. So how far so far, and what exactly is the reason for this continuous increase? Because we still keep hearing the government saying that they are looking for ways to stable the naira, but it keeps increasing every day.
Yeah, they have no intention of stabilizing the naira. That's the first thing I will say. Comfortably, they have no intention.
So all those things they tell us is just all talks and no work.
All is talks. They are trying to impress their masters abroad. How can you devalue your naira because investor is coming? So he will put your own down and he will keep his own up. And unfortunately, the second quarter and third quarter inflow of investors is zero. Zero inflow investment. Nigeria recorded second quarter and third quarter
of 2023.
2023. Even this week, MBS published October, November. is the same. The inflow of investors is zero. Who will come and invest in a country that lacks justice, lacks security, lacks stable economy, with a massive corruption? How can you invest in that country and you sleep eyes closed? Even one eye cannot close. That's the situation. It's only we Nigerians that will invest in our own economy and survive. In this year, Manufacturers Association, this year, 2023, they pull out from the window of the central bank because central bank created another window of Form M. They said, no, we are going back to that place. We should maintain dual price. So lack of policy consistency is another problem. Inconsistency. When they were singing dual price of Forex, one unified price, one this, all of us are happy. You understand? We are even clapping for the government. We are happy that
Even
now
the
glory,
foreign companies that we're happy with.
everybody was, even the banks are happy. But unfortunately, even yesterday, interbank price rose from 750 to, I don't want to say it so that people will not say I speculate, but go and check interbank price and go to the parallel market. It's going back to more than 1,200. It's upward now. You understand? So these are the issues. You need a stable economy. You understand? So that all players will come and play. Now, farmers are also in trouble because of insecurity. Season is coming. Dry season is coming. And we have...
By now, they're supposed to be harvesting, right?
It has already been harvested. And we are in hunger now.
Oh, wow.
Because maize is expensive. Millet is expensive. Rice is expensive. Wheat is expensive. Everything, all these grains has passed 70 kg or 80 kg has passed 50,000 naira per bag.
All right.
Now, if you go back the dry season, where we get tomatoes, onions, pepper, beans, and so on and so forth, you understand? And the militant or the gunmen or the kidnappers says, if you don't pay us tax, you can't farm. And if these people did not farm, tomato will be a problem to Nigeria.
Okay,
Onion will be a problem to Nigeria.
So we need to go on a break. So definitely when we come back from that break, there's this today's paper on the Guardian newspaper explains explicitly what exactly you're talking about. So we'll kickstart from that point. Let's go to a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue this conversation with Habib Gajo, Bureau the Change Operator. See you later.
1,200 naira plus per dollar. That's another dangerous indicator in our economy. So if you put together the policy makers, where are they? They are traveling all over the world with a large contingent of delegations from country to country, and they don't bring anything. There is G20 in India has failed. Nothing, no investment, nothing the president brought back from India. He went to Saudi Arabia, he came back. He ended up doing lesser Hajj, not bringing investment. Thirdly, he went to Germany for another G20 meeting. He came back empty-handed. He went to United Nations General Assembly, where all sideline talks and bilateral economic and bilateral businesses and agreement is being held. Our president was missing for almost 5 days. Nobody knows where he is. Later, they told us he's in UK. he came back to Nigeria empty-handed.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is The Conversation, reaching you from Kaftan's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. If you just joined us, you've actually missed out on the first part of the show. And now we're going to our second leg as we begin to draw the curtains on this episode or edition of The Conversation. My guest is Habib Gajo, who is a burial the change operator. And we've continued with the series we started on 2023 in Retrospect. Today we're focusing on food, on cash, on forex, and the economy in general. Okay, before we went on that break, I said we would definitely kickstart from where you stopped, because you talked about bag of rice, you talked about beans, you talked about basket of tomatoes. And now the Guardian newspaper says, has the headline this morning that says, on yield tide, Nigerians ground as basic needs exceed real income. And now they decided to break it down, because, the Guardian would definitely break it down in bits and pieces. So they say Nigerians spend 61.08 trillion naira on food and other household items or services between January and June 2023. Now, here's the full breakdown. On food commodity, they say 50 kg bag of rice that was sold for 27,000 naira in May 2023 is now sold for 60,000 naira. That's 122% increase. A basket of fresh tomatoes that was sold for 40,000 naira in May 2023 now sells for 100,000 naira. That's 150% increase. For bag of beans, that's 50 kg bag of beans that was 22,000 is now 60,000. And for carton of noodles, whether it is Indomie, it is whatever noodles, the only difference you might get is highest 200 or 300 naira. But noodles that was selling for 4,800 per carton is now selling for 6,000 naira. That's 25% increase. 25 liters of groundnut oil that was sold for 29,000 now sells for 38,000 naira. That's 24% increase. And then 25 liters of palm oil that we buy for 20,000 naira, we're now buying it for 30,000 naira. That's the 50% increase. And then they also say that we have 90% plus Nigerians, they cannot afford healthy diet. And now when they're talking about this, they're looking at the exchange rate of 1,200 naira and 6 naira per dollar, with 31.52% Nigeria's food inflation and 27.33% of the headline inflation. Which way, Nigeria?
Well, there is a way.
Okay. There's a way, right?
There is a way.
So it means that this December there's a way. Tell us the way. We want to know the way.
Good. You see, in this 2023, Bureau of Statistics, MBS, released a data of 133 million Nigerians sliced into poverty. In fact, they put it as
multidimensional
poverty. If you compare it with the Guardian newspaper, of 90% Nigerians cannot afford
household items.
No, nutritious.
Oh, yes. Diet. Healthy
diet.
So it means just food. Let's just eat.
We are in trouble.
It's
a big trouble. It's an indicator of highest level of poverty. Secondly, that food prices overruns the salary, the income. So why do you work? It's to earn and feed you and your family, to take care of yourself.
At least the basic needs first.
So if your salary cannot take care of your basic needs, what happened? You have to. Now, in business, according to the Guardian newspaper, 33% to 35% inflation. Today, you will be confronted as a businessman or as a shop owner or as seller with everyday increment of price. That's dangerous. So any day you did not sell, you have to sleep with hunger, or you have to shut your mouth, or you have to fast for that night or for that day. If you didn't sell, you cannot afford transportation to go back to your house or your family.
That's why sometimes when you go to the market, they will tell you, let me just sell this one so I can see money to feed,
Yes.
or at least transportation to go back home.
That's an indicator that our economy is finished. They have finished our economy. Now, if you check the forex indicator in Guardian newspaper, it says above 25%. So above 25%, and they put it at 1,200 naira plus per dollar. That's another dangerous indicator in our economy. So if you put together the policy makers, where are they? They are traveling all over the world with a large contingent of delegations from country to country, and they don't bring anything. There is G20 in India, has failed. Nothing. No investment. Nothing the president brought back from India. He went to Saudi Arabia. He came back. He ended up doing lesser Hajj, not bringing investment. Thirdly, he went to Germany for another G20 meeting. He came back empty-handed. He went to United Nations General Assembly, where all sideline talks and bilateral economic and bilateral businesses and agreement is being held. Our president was missing for almost 5 days. Nobody knows where he is. Later, they told us he's in UK. He came back to Nigeria empty-handed. Now, they went to COP 2023, COP 2023 in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. All the wonderful speech that Nigerians are saying, our president has spoke very well, our president has... No investor that is coming to Nigeria based on what our president said in that place.
But you can't be optimistic. There are still better days ahead.
Even when he was making that speech, there is leaders in that first role that are looking at him. Is this man real? Is this man knows what we are here for? Is this man knew what he is talking about? If you look at John Kerry was beating his chair like this, the Prince of Dubai was just looking at him. How can you cut climate change while you don't even have industries? You don't have. How can you tax or collect tax of what they call it, emission? You don't even have factories. You don't have industries that are producing anything.
So are you among those who are criticizing the COP28?
I'm among them. Look at the people he went with them. If you calculate the money he spent, is more than, if you put it in $10 million, and $10 million will go a long way.
But then we've had a lot of people who have argued and said that if you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be the one to sponsor those delegates that went with him, then that means you don't know him.
That's what we had with Buhari. There was a time Buhari picked his briefcase and went alone. And he did not even use Nigerian Air Force. He entered British Airways, not even in first class or business class. Many saw him as a president of Nigeria. But at the end of the day, tell me, you see, these people change and compromise their philosophy, their ideals, their ideology, whether it's fake or they borrow it somewhere, they cannot maintain it or manage it. I just don't know.
Okay.
You know, as a politician, if you said, this is my ideas and this is where I'm going and this is my agenda, this is what I want to achieve, final. You understand? If you said, I'm going to achieve the economy, agriculture, stand by it. No matter how it is, it will yield result in future. If you said electricity, stand there. You understand? Work for the electricity. At the end of it, we will achieve, we will get there. You understand?
Okay.
So these are the issues. Somebody will come, you will mention this, mention that. In your opening remark, you said President Tinubu is a businessman. I challenge you. Tell me which type of business President Tinubu is doing. One, he worked with ExxonMobil. He even rose to the accountant. Is it accountant general auditor? You understand? And later he resigned and joined politics and became a senator in SDP from after the dissolution of all political parties and political system in Nigeria by General Sani Abacha. He now joined AD to become a governor in 1999, and he finished his tenure in 2007. He retired in Bodilum home in Ikoyi. Tell me, which business
But you agree with me
there
that
is no factory, there's no industry.
you agree with me that if you look at if you're looking at Nigeria as an entity, as a business, and him being the CEO, that makes him the businessman here, and he's the one taking care of the economy, security, all of that. Yes. So you agree with me that he should be at the helm of affair. He's this business
no,
person.
I agree with you. He's the CEO of Nigeria as the president, commander in chief. I agree to that. You understand? But where is ideas?
Isn't that why you have over 40 kitchen cabinets?
Have you? Yes. We don't need them. I have said it several times. We don't need 50, 48, 49 ministers. We don't need them. If you want to appoint somebody, appoint him as MD, as a director, to go and manage where you want him to, like the Minister of Aviation. Just give him the Minister of Airlines. Let him control the airlines. Now they are falling. There is no jet fuel. And price is going up now from Abuja to Lagos. It's more than 170,000 for economy. Business class is 250 to 300.
And that's a one-way ticket.
And still, our airline are missing road, landing in somewhere. You understand? So these are the situations. This is what we are saying. If you want a minister of agriculture, say, okay, come. All this our river basin, our mini dams, our big dams. You understand? We need to fix them so that we will cultivate them. You give him as a director or as MD to watch over it for you. You understand?
But isn't that aren't we saying the same thing? It's just
and you are putting ministry. You understand? And those
what's the difference?
Because the ministers consume money, they squander money, they eat expenses, they waste money. A minister will go with a convoy of 5, 10 cars. If you want to be a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, use your own money, buy your own car. If you like, ride Rolls Royce. Nobody cares. If you like, use your bicycle, go to work. Nobody cares.
Well, what makes it different from a DG of an agency, a department?
They are still under the minister. They are answerable to the minister. So they will not do their work until the minister or the PAMSEC, and mostly the PAMSEC and the minister collude and sabotage so many works or so many infrastructures, so many development. You understand? So this is our problem in Africa.
Right.
So we need to cut the expenses of the government. The running of government is too expensive in Nigeria.
Okay, so we've actually been hearing cut expenses of government, cut cost of governance and all. But then, now that we've stated the problem, where the problem is, and then I remember saying which way Nigeria, and you say there is way. Tell us the way, since it's already, a lot of people, we are looking forward to the festive season already. In fact, the market is not smiling at all. And people need to at least, let's try and do Christmas. No matter what, Nigerians will tell you, no matter what the situation is, we must still do Christmas. We'll still travel. So for such persons, how do they now deal? If you have to buy a bag of rice that you used to buy for 28,000, for now over 50,000.
Now, we all aware that the removal of subsidy is also a lie, because the same who said subsidy is gone has said we are now in partial subsidy. Then revert it back so that people will live.
Revert it back to what?
Yes.
Full subsidy or no?
Yes.
No subsidy?
Yes. You see, have you listened to Sunusi Lamido Sunusi recently? He said, we don't need a president to be a minister of petroleum. So what is he administering the petroleum? Let him remove his hand if that place is clean. Let NNPC come clean. You understand? These are the ways we are talking. The CBN, let the CBN put more flows of businesses, enterprises, and so on. You understand? Encourage manufacturers. You understand? This is the way. This is the key to the wealth. When goods are going, goods are coming. You understand? It's win-win. You understand?
All right.
You quote Richard Benson.
Richard Branson.
It's a win-win he's talking about. Wherever money goes, money comes back. That's business. You understand? You can't. Food is money, and money is business, and it's money produce the food, and the food regulate the business. That's how it is. So let the government allow the business to breathe. Yes, we need to breathe. You understand?
Okay.
But the government will say this, in another breath, they will say something else. In another breath, they will say, you will have conflicting. Look at the information they are dashing out. That Inglari and the Honorable Minister of Information, who I respect so much. You understand? But at the end of the day, you see the clash. And what the president will now say a different thing. Now, labor struggle has already collapsed. Now, who will fight for Nigeria? Who will stand for ordinary Nigerians? Who will fight for them? Who will talk? Since the day the Manufacturer Association said, no, we pull out from the CBN window, from M window, up till today, nobody called them. Why? Nobody said, no, you have to come back. We need manufacturers. We need to manufacture. It's one of the reasons why some of the manufacturing companies that are foreign left.
So is it a bad idea?
It is not friendly.
Ah.
It's not economically friendly. How can you create another window? So you want to make the economy suffer again. You want to put the manufacturers in a tight edge where they will be losing money. At the end of the day, they will shut down. So they rather shut down before they
continue to lose money.
Yes.
Like the person I was talking to that said, don't put emotions to your business. Just look at it and divest at a very good time.
Yes.
Don't divest when you have nothing.
Nothing.
All right.
That's how it is. So from January 2023 to now we are in December, nothing has happened in Nigeria. The only thing that happens to the ordinary man in Nigeria is election was held and judiciary took charge of who will be the winner and loser. Is judiciary that determine. The second phase of Nigerian experience on 2023 is Nigeria has suffered. People died in hospital because of 1,000 naira drugs. Pregnant women died because of 5,000, 10,000 naira bed space to give birth. No cash, no transfer. Children died because of lack of that conversion drugs medicine of 100 naira, 200 naira. People don't have cash. Nigerians died suffering in line, queuing up from morning to evening under the rain and sun to get their own money in ATM machine.
And it looks like we're going back to that era again.
Yes, we are going back.
All right.
And people
all right.
died. People suffered.
All right, Habib Gajo, we need to round up. Our time is fast spent. In 4 minutes, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and I'd like to quickly take them if you can help us in 4 minutes. Now, the first one is it going to be a bullish or a bearish Christmas 2023? What do you see? That's one on the side. From where you stand or where you sit as an economist, what do you see as a political economist?
It's going to be bullish.
It's going to be bullish?
Yes.
Bullish is good.
It's going to be bullish.
That's what you say?
Yes.
So it's going to be a green Christmas, regardless of the fact that we are seeing 50 kg of rice expensive.
Nigerians like to celebrate.
So no matter what, just because of, it's our spirit that will make it bullish.
Even if you don't have, you will sell your property, you will sell something to celebrate big.
Because we're always thankful people, I believe.
Yes.
No matter what, we must survive.
We need to celebrate. We need to enjoy ourselves. We can't kill ourselves. We can't suffer forever. You understand? The whole 1 year you are suffering. You have the small one you have. You better enjoy your life for 5 days from Christmas to New Year.
New Year.
You understand? So
no matter what, people will travel.
Yes, people will travel.
People will eat chicken.
People will eat chicken. But those who will suffer will suffer. Those who will not be able to go will not be able to go. You understand? Those who will be hungry on the Christmas day because Nigerians are no longer they are no longer faithful. You can eat food in your house and keep it inside fridge and keep eating it for 3 days while somebody in your door or in your street is hungry and don't have what to eat. And when you come, say, sorry, we too, since the day before yesterday, we didn't cook anything. Now gari with the soak. Give him that gari with the soak. Let him soak too. You understand?
All right. So I like the fact that you said that it's going to be bullish. So that's the first question.
Yes.
So, and my second question is, looking forward to 2024, what are your premonitions? What are your forecasts? What are your predictions as a political economist? Not only in the cash, not only in Forex, but the Nigeria's economy in general.
Well, our perspective or our prediction to 2024 is going to be the same as 2023 if care is not taken. And the reason why I say that, Nigeria took a dangerous stand. The world now is multipolar world. We have different...
Not the bipolar anymore.
No longer bipolar. It's multipolar now. You are free to trade with China. You are free to trade with Russia. You are free to trade with Saudi Arabia. You are free to do with South Africa, with any country of your choice, Canada, everywhere. You understand? But Nigeria took stand to stand with the United States of America, which is more dangerous in Africa. These superpowers, they have almost 780 military bases in all the Pacific and Indian oceans. From where are we passing? From where goods are passing? It's all militarized.
Okay.
So where are we? How are we shipping? How are we going to do? You understand? Nigeria need to move.
All right.
Lastly, we have not, from the budget the president presented to the National Assembly, the whole Nigerians knew that what is going to come in 2024.
That's the budget that he's expecting an assent on January 1st?
Yes, because the benchmark of crude, he put it at 745. And now, 74 to 77. And now he's selling 75.
And even the dollar?
And he put the dollar, the forex at 750.
50.
And now, even Interbank has crossed that 750. And crude is going down. So tell me how a good economist, a good accountant like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will balance this.
Okay. We're just hopeful that by the time we'll return back in January 2024, they have been able to put their asses together and then deliberate on this so that Nigerians would have a reason not only to smile, but to breathe and also be happy.
Yes, you know, the budget is expectation. You understand?
Estimates.
Now, estimate what you are going to pay salaries and leave the rest. Put up, there is a budget you call supplementary budget. You understand? You put the performance of your economy in the next 3, 5, 6 months. Then you present another one. 5, 6 months, you present another one. You have exhausted the year. By then, you have corrected when President Umar Musa Yar'Adua came, that's what he did.
All right. Thank you so much, Habib Gajo.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure having this talk with you. Like, time is never our friend anytime we're talking these matters. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, likewise. All right, viewers, that's where we end this conversation for today. We have been chatting with Habib Gajo, who is a Bureau the Change Operator, a political economist, and it's been a wonderful time here on The Conversation. Like we already stated, or like he has already predicted, it is going to be a bullish Christmas. So regardless of whatever is happening, take our time to enjoy yourself. You only live once. Life is only one time, and you would only live with whatever you have in your tummy. So ensure that you at least live a good life, enjoy yourself this festive season, and please, if you have 2, look for someone to give 1 and manage 1. No matter what, show love, show kindness, and the world will always be a better place for all of us. I'll see you again next time. My name is Annabelle Oji. God bless you and yours. God bless Nigeria.